No, the damage is distributed equally between all connection points.
I know.
So in a plasma hit, all connection points get damaged.
So you should have an adequate buffer on all points.
Yeah, but I don't think buffers work in that case. This is a block that's underneath the connection point. So if all those are gone, no matter how many prisms you have, you still lose the component.
Of course you do. You lose it even if you have an arrow rod.
Yeah, but the longer ones have more health. So if there are multiple connection points and you use more arrow rods, that means that it distributes more damage easily.
Ah, there's the key.
Without using it.
Easily.
Yeah.
But you could build the same exact structure using prisms as you do with an arrow rod.
Yeah, except that when you use multiple long arrow rods for the multiple connection points, it won't get destroyed straight away compared to just the prisms.
Okay, so let me clarify. What you're saying is the length of the long arrow, sorry, the health of the long arrow rod, 2800, multiplied times 3 is greater than the damage that a plasma will put into your robot from hitting a Mega SMG.
Well, not greater than, but not all the damage from plasma will hit your gun. You get to keep the gun longer, I guess.
I think you keep it for the same amount of time, and the only difference is the arrow rod is a waste given CPU for health.
Yeah, I find it very effective for my walker. As in, like, it doesn't lose legs from plasma that easily. On my walker, each walker legs has 2 MK10.1 shields and in the exposed areas, exposed points, and it has like 9 arrow rods holding it up, or 6, I think 6. Yeah, 6 of it, not 9.
Well,
So
I would have a more in-depth discussion on this later, but I'm not convinced that they actually help. Because I think you could mimic this same effect with normal cubes and have more overall health.
we should check things off.
Now there's a few points where I've put TX cubes in my build, and it's because I wanted more connection points, but I didn't want to use like a normal T10 inner because of the weight. So that's why I have the TX cubes. That way I can have all the connection points, but at low weight.
Hey, the error rods are actually lighter.
Oh, I know they're lighter, but I'm trying to consider everything together. Part of which
You
is
know,
lightness, and part of which is total
al-
HP.
also the short arrow rod has more health than TX block.
Per CPU, though. Let's look. So a
Slightly
TX
more.
block, it costs 3 CPU.
Yep.
Yep, and it only has 15. And a
Oh, it weighs the
short...
same. I mean, the cube, it weighs the same as cube.
So yeah, an arrow rod short instead of a TX cube would make sense depending on the application, but
Well, the only difference seems to be the kilo rate and the health. Between them. But I think as arrow rods is a great way to get the correction point into the pot instead of having it near the surface. I mean, I get you can use prisms to replicate the same thing, though. But if you use prisms, then they still connect the to two sides and within the line. I think for more complicated pots, it's better to use the arrow rod instead of a prism to a line of prisms to get the connection point into the pot.
I mean, I think if you can keep track of which sides of the prisms you need to not be touching, it's probably more efficient to use the prisms, but I can see it being a real pain to do.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a complicated board, it's going to be impossible to use the prisms because then everything's going to be touching each other.
Well, that's why I just haven't bothered making a Megabot, because it's unnecessarily complicated.
Well, it takes 5 times longer to make one because of the 5 times more CPU and the complication.
Now, for my Mega SMG in the front, I'm trying to keep the damage somewhat isolated from the Mega SMG. I'm trying to keep the connection points isolated from each other to a degree. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but there are sometimes when you want the correction points to be the same. Like for left and right hovers, in the sense that when if you
User
want,
joined your channel.
you can make it so that if you lose one, you lose both sides at the same time.
Yep.
For
Hello,
some things
user.
that matter.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill here because I'm
Nope.
doing homework.
No
so-
problem. I'm still in the middle of...
And you get to listen to you then for talking about building a bot.
Well, I'm not
Yeah.
even talking that much, because I did most of the... I did hover placement, I did damage propagation to protect the hovers. The gun placement's a little hairy right now. It's a little bit inefficient, but right now I'm just filling out the rest of the bot with armor, because there's not much left.
Well, good luck, I guess. I'm just gonna mute my mic so I can.
Alright, I'm gonna have to do some clever custom triforcing on this front area to make it strong. I have a bunch of factors working against me right here. I have these guns real close to each other. And right now, they're super connected to each other.
Well, weaving prisms on the surface is the easiest way to do it, and just minusing prisms on the areas you cannot fit them in.
There's an image that I have of Juvar playing in a platoon and someone ranting about him on the forums. I should send that image to him.
That sounds like it's funny.
It's quite funny. Let me dig it up.
Alright, so I've done some local redirection around this gun. And the side guns. To a degree, they may now be independent enough. I haven't done like extreme calculation on it, but they're a lot more separated in block space than they were. So that should help. We'll see when I go into battle how quick they fall off.
User disconnected from your channel.
Goodbye, user.
Yeah, it would be wonderful if I could, like, I don't know how do I say this? Yeah, if I could still use Overwolf on Windows 10 and I could see coming in or out of the channel.
I'm just gonna keep filling this thing out with armor. Not much left to do. I'm doing a prism weave on the top. Although I am trying to figure out how I want to actually mount the Mega SMG. Good night.
Alright, good night.
User left your channel.
He had plenty of advice for me.
Advice on building a hover?
Hmm?
Yeah.
I think I got quite sidetracked by all his advice.
User joined your channel.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Juvar.
Am I free to interrupt?
Sure, I'm just filling in armor now.
Alright. Crypto, where did you get that image? It's awesome.
It's on the forums.
Really, I love it. Can you link me to the thread?
Sure, I'll dig it up, I guess.
Thank you. If not, just let me know how to find it. I want to see that.
Some guy was, it was on gameplay feedback.
I see. I'll check it. I'll find it. Okay, I think.
Let me see.
Okay, cool. That picture is so cool. It's going to be my new screensaver or something.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I replied to it. Let me